All right, let's come up with some ideas on how to help your students to come up with ideas for writing. And if you're a writer, here's some things I recommend. So when I taught first and fifth grade, at the beginning of the year, I would do something like this. When they were fifth graders, I would tell them at the beginning of their writing journal, say, make a love it list and a loathe it list. So at your beginning of your love it list could be things like football, basketball, whatever sport they're into, things that they like to eat, pizza, whatever, tacos. If then on their loathe list, things that they hate, homework, Brussels sprouts, going to the dentist, you know, normal things. Then the idea gets to be combine those two things. So I would always end up writing a story about like how I had baseball on one end and, um, like artichokes on the other, Brussels sprouts on the other. So then somehow I remember one year we wrote a quick story on the board about the vegetables on my plate playing a baseball game. Okay, so something like that. When I taught first grade, same idea, but it would just be like a love it list or a not like list. I wasn't going to use the word loathe for them. But just that idea of taking two different ideas and combining them together. And with that idea, this is the presentation I always make when I used to speak at schools on how to come up with those ideas. So, like, I have a book called Baseball and Aliens. Those are actually two things that I like. It's my favorite sport, and then I'll watch old science fiction movies like The Day the Earth Stood Still or The Attack of the Flying Saucers. You combine those two ideas together, and then suddenly you've got a brand new idea. Okay. I remember several years ago, now at this point, I was speaking at a school up in Northern Virginia, and I was talking with the older students. And we kind of came with a realization that, that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was kind of a concept of that. I don't know exactly how that writer came up with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but you literally could take four different words, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and now suddenly you got something brand new. So it's that idea of taking ideas, combining them, and then you got something new. All right, hope that helps.